One of the things that happens is you start just try on this and consider this framework or this model to operate from, okay? You don't know this. People don't know this or aren't aware of this. Some are, most aren't. When I'm in alignment, I'm experiencing no resistance and I have access to what seems like magical information. It's like I'm better than even AI when I'm in alignment. When I'm out of alignment, I'm worse than retarded intelligence. I'm dangerous to myself. I don't feel good. Sometimes it gets overwhelming and I panic because I don't know how to get back to feeling good. I'm sometimes afraid of my mind because it hits me with all this stuff sometimes and it gets really, really heavy and I start to scramble. And then sometimes I just got to like suffer a little bit until my attention gets onto something else. Right. And so, what people try to do if they don't understand that they're in alignment and things are great, and when they're out of alignment, things aren't ever going to be great when you're out of alignment. Okay. At best, it's going to be a bumpy, scary existence. So, you understand when you're out of alignment, that's the best life you can hope for is somehow learn how to tolerate it and not get too skinned up and beat up until I make it to the end. But you can't. All you're doing is accelerating and bringing the end closer to you because it's going to create more struggle, more struggle, more struggle. So, what people I've seen that people are trying to do is they're trying to compensate for themselves as being out of alignment and try to make their life work or put up boundaries or restrictions or some sort of a rehabilitate, some sort of a stoppage of themselves so they can learn how to live better out of alignment. So it's like they want to go to California in a car and the car sucks. It's got duct tape on it. The tires wobbles when you get over 30 and everything. But they keep trying to fix that car up to make it roadworthy. When what we're saying is, no, 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 you don't drive there in that car. Stop trying to make that car roadworthy. Ditch that car. You have a plane. You have access to an airplane over here that can take you with less resistance to where you want to go. But you keep trying to fix this old jalopy up because you don't know any other way. And that's the worst place to be, is stuck in something that doesn't work with no choice. Why? Because it gets darker, it gets heavier, it gets more scary. Because law of attraction, there's no standing still. It's getting better, it's getting worse. Start. Next moment, it's getting better, it's getting worse. Start. Next moment, it's getting better, getting worse. Start. And you then begin to, two things happen. You begin to catch the negative emotion earlier on before it builds up too much momentum, number one. And when you keep that momentum from happening, you now are also aware of yourself doing that because your inner being can go back after you stop the momentum of a negative thought. Your inner being can go back and say, oh, look at these parallel realities I would have lived into if I wouldn't have caught that so early. Just like when you look at your GPS system, it will tell you where you're going to go after you pick something up at your stop. It will tell you where you're going next. There'll be a little shadow. Well, your inner being does that same thing with you. It says, oh boy, this could have been really out of control. You become aware of yourself stopping reacting to those things. When a person gets this, Taryn, they've got it all. You've got the keys here. Because now what you're saying is, I'm aware that everything that I'm manifesting in my life, in my reality right here, is all my doing. And how it's showing up is a function of how I'm thinking and feeling. And I can change that over here and alter what I'm experiencing over there. But what I cannot do, what no one's ever been able to do, is try to change everything over there to get to feeling better over here. It just doesn't work. It's backwards. So for you to have that awareness, step number one on that is the appreciation of being able to be aware of that, to be able to see that that's what's happened to you and that's where you have found yourself right now. And you now have a choice. That's the biggest piece, dude, is that you have a choice. You can do something different and having a say in it. So whatever condition you find yourself in, I want to let you know from my own experience and from well over 1,000 people that I've worked with this lifetime. It's a crummy feeling to not feel good. When you don't feel good, you got one real problem, and it kind of tarnishes or it clouds or it kind of invades and kind of dampens and kind of ruins everything that you're experiencing in life. You can't create new concepts and new stuff from there. Life is just kind of a bummer. And it's not a conversation that you really have a bunch of outlets to speak about. It's just you feel crummy, and then you spend time trying to just kind of hold on to your crumminess. The problem with that is you can't ever handle the crumminess by doing something different and more. The only way you're going to handle the crumminess is by discovering what the source of the crumminess is and then how to handle it. That's why I'm inviting you to join the Skool community, because in the Skool community, you're going to get a course full of modules where you're going to see me talking about these specific component parts of the law of manifestation, law of attraction, law of creation, whatever you want to call it. You're going to watch those videos. You're going to understand that this course is encapsulated in such a way that you can fully have an experience of yourself knowing what to do now. You can also download a free copy of my book, Think It, Feel It, Have It, The Keys to Creation. Just a quick blurb about that book. In there, I talk about the magnetic force, the magnetic field of the heart, the electromagnetic field of the heart, 5,000 times more powerful than the electromagnetic field of the mind. That's going to start to tell you something about how we're going from here to down into here. Also, over the last 15, 20 years, I've gathered what are the sources and the main causes of the resistance that we create for ourselves. I'm going to give you that as well. So you also, as you move and you start doing this work, you start to realize, if I don't keep in this conversation or stay with this work, I start to sink back into these old ways of being, or old thought patterns, or old conditioning, or old programming. So what I've done is I've now incorporated a weekly phone call that keeps you in this conversation. It's not the same as going to church, but the frequency of it and the experience of it is going to be the same. And that is, you're going to gather more knowledge and you're going to release some more resistance and experience more relief. And lastly, this is a whole community. I think right now there's a couple hundred people in the Skool community. This is a whole community of like-minded people, people like you. You can start to interact with people in the group and start to find out more as you're moving along. And lastly, if this is something that's resonating for you and you're ready to really keep going and really take this on in a real concerted, directed, focused manner, there's programs where you and me can work together one-on-one. So let's get moving. Like, no kidding. Let's start moving in the direction that you want to and have you start feeling better and start experiencing things that you want to experience in your life. Book a one-on-one call with me. And in that call, I'm going to lay this out for you really, really clear, in such a way that at the end of the call, you're going to understand that there is a way that you can go about getting yourself to be able to intentionally create things for yourself and for your life, and that how you've been doing it isn't this way. And I'm going to give you that on this phone call. Whether you choose to work with me further, that's a completely different conversation. And if that's something that comes up for you, we'll work that out at the time. But right now, let's just get in touch and let's let you see just how this actually works, which I'm telling you, you're going to find is different than how you've been holding it. And I'm really looking forward to connecting with you and talking with you.